And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as applicable to wherever you're at. Welcome to my next streaming session with this case. We're running Icarus. And the thing about Icarus is I haven't played in a while. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's been about 6 months since I've played at all, and at least 6 months since I played this world. But this is the world I've gotten the furthest on now. Just a quick note: Icarus has many different play modes, and I like to play the open world sandbox mode, and I've played on the Olympus map. So that's basically just where I learned the game. So that's where we're headed now. Resume. So we'll see how this goes. So hopefully you can hear me. I see Kusig MC's online. Kusig, can you hear me? I know you can see the chat. I know you can see. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. So, okay. It's starting to worry there. It's taking a long time. It's probably taking the dust off of the yeah. So, whoa. I've been gone so long that I've been gone so long that I guess the bushes have grown in the base. I mean, I kind of like it. You don't have to go outside. The problem I'm going to have... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm just worried what's going to happen. Oh, it's like... Wow. Wow. Now, the thing, holy smokes. So I was going to show you my base, which was kind of cool and everything, but I can't find my base at the moment. So here's the thing. With Icarus, first of all, if you don't know much about it, this is the terraformed planet, and the terraforming went wrong, so it's kind of paused. And this, where I built my base here, this is the newbie zone, and it's essentially, it's like Yosemite, right? I know I need to mow the house. So, and the thing about this planet, with the terraforming and everything, the problem is that it's the weather. They have storms, god awful storms that will kill you if you're caught out in the middle of them. And so, and because just the game mechanics, what'll happen is the storms will damage trees and stuff, but of course they only damage the ones near the player. And invariably what happens is wherever you build your base, you will eventually have no trees near your base, because they'll destroy them. Even if you don't cut them down, they'll get hit with lightning and catching fire and stuff. Now my concern is if I start cutting down trees, they'll fall and they'll start damaging stuff. So I'm not quite sure what to do with all this. And I am kind of digging it. Let's just see how bad it is all the way through. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I know why this is clear, because this is actually built out over a river and a waterfall. So there wouldn't be any trees here or rocks. This is my kitchen area, which isn't so bad. And this is... so this is where I keep my livestock and mounts. And, gosh, is the water working? Yeah, it looks like it's... Oh, hold on. Let's turn it on. Oh, that turned it off. Is it not working? Oh my gosh, this place is a disaster. It's looking like... oh my gosh. Let's take a look. I believe, yeah, the lights are working, so I'm generating power. Oh boy. This sidetracks what I was planning to do tonight, considerably. I didn't know I still had these. I don't need them. Okay. So, one of the things I was going to explain to you was the history of how we got here. So, if we, let me see if I can turn this off. There we go. So, this is the map, and this is what I've unlocked so far. And all of these icons are resources that I've identified, right? And in this newbie zone where you drop, where you land, there's my pod, and I'm apparently getting hungry, but I originally built on this little island. I had a little tiny hut, and then once I developed the ability to build concrete, I moved my base to bridge this stream so that I could tap it, tap the flow of the stream for power generation with these water wheels, which I have turned off at the moment because I've switched mostly to solar power and batteries. And then I've been expanding. I've been building automated resource production facilities and routing power all over the valley. And holy smokes, let's go. I can't find the front door. Oh boy. Oh boy. And look, when I built my original hut on the island, it was you know, by the time we were done, this island was stripped bare. There was no trees or anything on it. Now it's a wilderness. Now, eventually, I had this idea that I was going to build a big power production facility here, a solar production facility, and then I'd route power all over the map. But there was a bug in that if I'm home, the simulation distance ended right in the middle of this island, or this structure, and during storms, it meant that the stuff that was it kind of, though it didn't physically remove the ceiling, it counted like part of the ceiling was gone, and so the weather got in and destroyed my gear. So I moved everything to my actual base, and I've been taking this apart, but now it looks like it's been reclaimed. It's kind of like a scene from Planet of the Apes, right? So human civilization is whacked. You know what's interesting? What we're going to have to do, the other thing is when you look at my map, you can see that there are these blue symbols. Actually, all the symbols are resources. And they can all potentially have changed, right? Because, so it'll be interesting. Like this one, I have an extractor on there, and it's getting me silica, which is important for concrete. But if they changed, I have no idea what I'm mining over there. So, okay, one thing at a time. I will say this, though. I do like chopping down trees in this game. It is cathartic. Actually. So now, so it didn't fall. It's just hanging steady. The physics engine in this game is pretty darn good. That's my dogs. My wolves are killing wild wolves. Oh, is that one I can pick up? Yeah. So, now, I don't know if anybody has actually played Icarus, but the basic premise is that, like I said, it's relatively near future, and mankind has gone into space, and they found this is actually a moon around a gas giant. And yeah, we'll have to fix it. And then, like I said, they tried to terraform it, right? But it didn't go so well. And one of the reasons it didn't go so well is they found this extremely rare alien element, right? So if you watched Avatar, this is essentially like their version of unobtainium. And what happens then is that we kind of have a gold rush, right? And everybody's trying to get this stuff. And I and many others are prospectors to basically grab stuff from this planet and make our fortune. And as a part of that, there is a backstory and there is ongoing lore and all this type of stuff, but there's also missions, right? And there's factions. The factions aren't necessarily like against each other. Factions are more like different corporations, and some of them are more honest or straightforward than others. And so I am gonna, I just realized I'm gonna have a ridiculous amount of wood when this is over. I'll deal with it. That's okay. We'll stack it up. We will stack so slowly, and that's what I grow these coconut trees for, is wood, because they supply a lot of wood. But this does look very cool, though. I gotta say. Oh boy. Oh boy. What we might have to do is just clear the back door enough to get my mounts out, and then go check some of the other stuff. So if you look in the upper right corner, there is a forecast, a 3-day forecast, and it kind of gives you an idea about the likelihood of storms, and it flows from left to right. So right now, green means we're not likely. We'll have some storms pop up, but they're not likely to be life-threatening. So it doesn't. It's okay if we get caught out in the open. These guys are hungry. Okay, I hear this working. I see water. Good. Hold on. What happened to all the food? It's empty, and chickens are laying eggs in it. So this is not good. Deactivate. This is La Machina. I need to select a recipe. So okay. I don't know what they did here. Oh. It used to make like just a universal type of food thing, and it was full. Now I have to pick specific stuff to create. Oh boy. This is not good. Animal meat gruel. Okay. This is... So, another thing about Icarus is they do weekly updates. And their content changes. And they're pretty solid, right? And I haven't played for months. So, there has been lots of content changes. And I obviously don't know them. or what to do with them. Okay, so what type of things I can have? Looks like raw meat, right? Yeah. And this looks like it needs, well, grain or wheat. This looks like it needs spoiled food. Oh, okay, good, good, good. Spoiled food I should have plenty of. I should have plenty of that. Over here in my composter. I don't know if it'll take spoiled meat. We'll just throw it in there and see what happens. Before, it would take pretty much any organic matter. And spoiled. But it's acting like I don't have any of this stuff. Recipes requiring containers. Oh, I need containers? Seriously? I need to have bowls? They're gonna drink out of a trough, but I have to give them bowls? I didn't know how to make bowls. Okay. And of course, you know, you hear all the bushes rustle as I walk through my living room. It's like waking up from cryo, old things software. You know what? That's exactly what it's like. It's like, you know, I've been in suspended animation or something for like 20 years and I wake up. Okay, where would... This is my regular workbench right now. Here's my regular workbench. So this is probably where I would make bowls. Let's see. Bowl? No. It says containers. I got a lot of buildings. I got a lot of wood on me. I have building supplies. I need to eat some stuff. My oxygen, I hope they didn't change that. It looks like I'm good there. Oops. Here we go, inventory. My oxygen is a little under half, so is water. Oh, okay. So let's go figure out what these bowls are, or these containers. Because I need my animals to eat. It says silage. It just throws stuff in there. I mean, let's try this. So we'll select this recipe. I can't select this recipe. Crafting queue alterations. Deactivate. So it's got power. Oh. Hold it. It's making noise. It's working. Oh. Okay. Let that work for a second. And let's go grab. So how do I, there we go, control. See how much of this stuff I can pick up. Okay. And there is encumbrance in this game, and I am encumbered. It's getting dark out there. Okay, they're eating out of here, so it must be producing stuff. There we go. Can I do... There we go. I can do all of it at once. Okay, so people are eating, people are drinking. Okay, that's good. That's a start. Now, what you'll find is obviously I have earth wildlife here. That was part of the terraforming, is they you know, we got earth animals here. Now some of them, like the horses, you can see they're a little weird looking. Like in this case, the horses were crossed with boars to try to make them hardier. So that's why they look all wackadoodle like that. Here is, we can see, it must be getting dark. My supply of electricity is only half of my demand, but I have batteries that'll give me plenty of power through the night. We have plenty of water. These guys want to fight something. So you can, some of these animals you can train and keep them as mounts, which we saw in there. Or they can be like combat companions. Oh boy, I need to clear this too. Okay. Okay. So this, yeah, your example of waking up from cryo is fantastic analogy. That is exactly what this is like. I very much feel like Rip Van Winkle or something, you know. So we'll get some stuff cleared and then we'll run around and hopefully we don't find a bunch of apes in horseback. That would be bad. Okay. Okay. Now, one of the things you can do, I have a massive amount of logs at the moment. So what I will do is, let's see, crafting. And we'll say max. And what we're going to do is we're going to encumber ourselves completely, but we're going to basically stack these pallets of wood. Will you move right here by the door? I can stack these up to 3 high. And then they're there if we need them. This way they don't take up inventory space, though we have the inventory space and storage to store all this stuff if we want. Games like Icarus and Vintage Story, I like that you don't have to just throw everything in a chest, right? You can store things like in stacks like you would in real life, right? I mean, you know, when you go to Home Depot, you don't see everything in a drawer. I mean, there's stacks and stacks of wood and sheetrock and all that other jazz. Okay. So I don't know how many of them I have here. There's one indoors. Oh, no, they're all outdoors. The wolves will rubber band back to me, so I'm not too worried about them running around. So I don't even have a light source. Here's my light source. Oh, I see. I got a bunch of building pieces I need to put away because they're weighing me down. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming then, whatever, we'll just throw it all in here for now. I'm assuming then that, you know, if we look at the map, there's these symbols for caves, and in caves you have a bunch of minerals that are one-time nodes, right? Like you can mine it and then it's gone, but they're full of basically mineralogical treasures. And if all the trees are back, I'm pretty sure all those minerals are back too. So we'll see how that goes. It's gonna get real dark, so let's find my way to the bedroom. So these are the banks of batteries I set up to store the power, oh, I can't find where I'm going. Store the output from the solar panels we have. Where did I move the bed? Here we go. Oops. So it's now 7 in the morning. And I hear wolves. I got a spear. It's just so hard to navigate to figure out where I am. It used to have a nice view of the base from over here. Because like when you look at the base, you had a nice view there, but now it's all covered by trees. Okay, let me go check on the mounts and then we'll go mobile here. Take the dogs with us. Yeah, but we do need to shut the door. Keep the flies out, keep the predators out. Okay, so let me grab a saddle. Okay. And cow's okay, Buttercup. Let's take, I can't even get the horse out of here. I'm gonna have to chop down some trees and stuff so I can get my mounts out of here. I see pieces of concrete. Yep. Oh my gosh. I did not expect this. So then we can repair damage. What is damage? There it is. Keep the weather out at least. I think we'll need to cut this one down. Oh boy. You got chunks of tree floating around like Tarzan vines. That's my buffalo over there. And I have a moa. You know, so Acoustic, you, if you're still out there, you might find this interesting. The development team for this game, I'm sorry, kiddo. They are from New Zealand. So we've got some New Zealand wildlife in here. There's the moas, which are, you know, they're extinct in the real world, but somehow they did a Jurassic Park and brought them back. We also have kiwis floating around at night. What? Yeah, despite the feeder stop working. Yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure I have enough food. And I still have some, oh man. I did not expect this at all. And of course, the doggos are incredibly useful, they are truly a force multiplier. You know, there's very little I fear when they're around, but the problem is they get in the way big time. But that's kind of like what real dogs and kids do. So, you know, there is that. Let's see. So where is the... Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm still in a state of shock here. Oh. And then, do I have any more? I do. I have one more. And okay. I'm gonna have to remember how to use my weapons. The spear is easy. I think the gun works the same way. No. Keep, you guys stay out of here. So I think... Okay. Let's put the saddle on him. Okay. So I had pretty much, like I said, even if I didn't cut down the trees will get knocked down by storms around my base. And then, but the rest, I didn't do much to the rest of the world except for building facilities. So this is pretty much what the world looked like last time I was here. Now if you look, there's a cable running on the floor, on the ground. And that is power that I've routed from my main base to this extractor here. Now with the extractors, you don't have to build anything around them, but I did because when you're out and about, a storm can pop up at any time and you need shelter, right? And so for all these places, I built a small shelter with a fireplace and a bed and everything so that you could survive. Okay, so this is all silica. Okay, so it looks like I have a sample size of 1, but it looks like that one data point, they didn't change anything on me. So we'll grab the silica and we can go ahead and put that on him. Okay, let's see another one. Yeah, I'm right here. Let's check. There should be a sulfur node a little bit further down the trail. So let's see if it's still sulfur. If those haven't changed, then good. That's because I don't have to really rebuild anything. So just so you know, your mounts. This system is all skill based for you and your mounts, right? Did I go past it? I might have. Okay, I'm really close. It's over here. And so you could skill. Yeah, here it is. You can skill up your mounts, and that looks like sulfur. All right. Yep. Okay. So I won't have to work it on that stuff. So if we go to the mount skills, you can see. You'll never get enough points to max out everything, but there's lots of different skills that you can choose from, and you can pretty much hit everything if you can't max it out at least. So there's that. Okay, So that's a good data point. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up the base and getting functional again. Oh boy. Now, in this game, you do need to eat, both to stay alive and for buffs, right? Like I just heard some food expire. So, let's go ahead and top these off. Different types, and now you really have to pay attention to what you eat, because they all have very different buffs, right? And so what you eat, I mean, you can eat anything and it's not going to hurt you, right? It'll help you, but you know, if you're eating foods that give you lots of like ranged weapon buffs, but then you're always running around with a melee weapon, yeah, you're not doing yourself any favors here. So, you know, you want to kind of max out. So where is the base? There it is. Gosh. You definitely want to make sure you shut your doors and stuff, because the hostile creatures will definitely come into the base, or all my guys will rush out to go fight them, and it's a mess. So we'll go ahead and grab all this stuff. Okay. How did I take them all before? Oh. Okay. Yep. Anyhow, not only the food also has a food spoilage, so you can see I threw a bunch of spoiled food into the animal feeder, and it'll transform the spoiled food into something that the animals can eat. But when you look at like these berries, they're mostly green, so they're still pretty fresh. When it gets all the way down to 0, then I'll lose one of the berries. And I got crispy bacon and cooked giant steak, so I'm okay. I have 3 stomach slots. Actually, I think I have 4. I'll have to double check. So we'll throw all this stuff in their cement mixer, and I guess we'll just keep trying to clear stuff. So not only can you chop down trees, but we can mine away rocks. Try to get this out of the way. I think those rocks will come back next time we're in the game, but we'll see. Right now I'm just trying to clear things up. So these are, get you, well, that's berries, but you can get fiber and sticks. These are things you build with. I think I just picked up a carrot. Now, since this is space, there's a space station up above us. That's where you came from, and you can still go back up there. When you can take the proceeds from your mining and buy stuff on the space station, and then go up there and grab it, or you can have it shipped down on special pods, which are pretty impressive to watch. Kind of annoying though, because they pretty much land them just wherever. What is... Okay, yeah, that is part of my furnace, so I don't want to hit that too hard. This, I don't want to hit that too hard. Yeah, I'll have to start repairing stuff. Okay, we are slowly but surely starting to look like an indoor space again. That's a pretty cool fireplace, if I say so myself. Okay. No. Stay here. So it looks like we got plenty of food for him. Yeah, and it's still working on it. And I've been picking up all sorts of fiber. So we'll throw the fiber in here. Okay, I have a lot of sticks, so let's go use up the sticks. The only thing I really don't have a use for is all the actual lumber. Hey, come over here. Thank you. We use lumber as fuel in the fireplaces. You need that to keep warm. If you look at the map has zones. This is like a temperate forest zone. This is desert, and this is glacial right here. And like when building shelters here, you definitely want to keep your fireplace running. Okay. The kitchen kind of sort of looks like it's supposed to. Maybe it's Christmas time. We've got some evergreen boughs here. Okay. This is my front room. So while we're here, let's go ahead and swap out my air bottle. So the reason you have an air bottle, it's not really because there's a lack of oxygen. It's because you have a lot of poisonous gases and stuff in the air. The animals have been genetically engineered to handle them. You haven't been. So that's why we need an oxygen bottle, because in your suit it's supplying you the air and keeping out all the bad stuff. Okay. Got another tree. What was that? Oh, I had sticks. So we want to put the sticks in here. And then we want the sticks to be made into this tree sap, which we use for a bunch of stuff. Oh, you really did take all of them. Good. What do we? I still have a bunch of silicone on me. Oh boy. While we're here, let's go ahead and make concrete. Start using that up a little bit. Yeah. Now, the world supports pretty flexible building. You can build pretty much anywhere, and the terrain is kind of rough and it's hard to find your way around, so I actually started building roads, like you can see here. I built the bridges across the water to the island. I just, you know, started to build infrastructure. This truly is world building, right? I'm really building an environment like I would hope to have if I was actually here, right? We got some deer, we got baby deer, large deer. Now you can see there's one of the wild horses, and they're kind of obnoxious, which is why my wolves will attack them. And the wolves are pretty effective. Okay. If you take out wildlife, here we go. I want just a regular hunting knife. There we go. So take this. How do we do this again? I want to hold the skin. There we go. So we skin it, and then we'll take all the bits off of it, and then we'll go ahead and chop up the bones, and there we go. Now, if you leave carcasses sitting around, it starts attracting more predators and scavengers, and maybe that's what you want to do, but I usually don't. There's a carrot. So this is where this is oxite. This is the mineral that we use to generate oxygen for you to breathe, but now I actually have a machine that's doing it from water for me. So, and more carrots. Carrots over here. There's fish in the water. You can go fishing, plus there are some poisonous fish in the water because, you know, can't have anybody getting too comfortable around here. So the basic structure of the base, you can see here, I started by building a bridge over the water so I can capture that water power, and then eventually I was placing walls of windows so that we get light and see outside, and then I built a big greenhouse on top, and the whole shebang's working pretty well actually. Okay. There's a wolf over here, and my guys are gonna go get him. My wolf pack. Take it all. You can see that tools and weapons have durability, so that's not it. Like I've said in previous places and times that I'm not a big fan of durability, but I get it. I get it. So see how we're doing here. Whoa. Oh, I don't want you attacking stuff. Hold on. Let's put him on... Where's all my... Oh, here we go. I want to put him on defensive and stay. You'll have... Once the whatever it is that he's trying to aggro on goes away, he will reset back to defensive, and then we'll be okay again. But for now, he's going to run around and be just like the dogs. Or like a cat, when a cat sees like a bird outside the window. Now, the way I got the wolves and the way I got them out, they have a taming system. And from what I understand, they have introduced basically genetics into the game. So your tame animals now have traits that can be passed on to their offspring, and presumably that means I can mate them. So that ought to be interesting. Of course, like I said, right now you gotta mow the building before you start playing around with that stuff. We're getting there though. So the buffalo's not super fast. Okay, here we go. So just a regular rainstorm. It's not going to be too bad. So this is one that I could probably even be outside and not worry about too much. And after that, you can see that the symbols get a little bigger and they're colored yellow. Yeah, the storms get much worse. You don't want to be outside for those storms. You can hear the wind starting to blow outside. What I'm kind of hoping, though, is that what I'm kind of hoping is that when we do have a thunder and lightning storm, that if the trees are hit with lightning, they don't, I mean, they burn, right? And I hope that they don't burn in my base. Having a burning tree in your living room is considerably less fun than having a regular tree in your living room, you know? Like they tell you, Christmas trees can be a fire hazard. Oh gosh. Also, when the wind can blow trees down, and when trees get blown down, they can take down other trees. And they can also damage stuff. I don't know if I damaged anything there. Oh yeah. Oh, I do hear some thunder. Yeah, I know, kiddos. Okay. Let's get everybody inside. Deal with this. There are some instances where the physics engine is less impressive. What's going on here? What's getting damaged? Oh, yeah, so I need to fix the roof, otherwise it's going to kill off the storage containers, like it already did. Looks like I lost Just this one. So all the stuff that was in it. Oh my gosh, that's an important one. That's the exotic stuff that we send back up to the space station. So now I gotta make another one of these. Oh my gosh. This is a mess. I have a broken window someplace. But where? Must be all the way up. Must have a broken window out here. Now, I am kind of curious how, if something's broken, beating on it with a hammer is supposed to fix it. Right? That just seems to me like that's a recipe for breaking it worse, but somebody got hurt over here. I see damage is being taken. How, where, high. Like that one, right? Rain's getting in here. So we should be in the tail end of the storm. Find stairs back down. This is kind of a mess. Inventory full, huh? Oh my gosh, it just... Okay. Storm is past. Try to... What is that? Oh, I think that's spoiled food. Yeah. Spoiled meat. Inventory's full again? Let's see if I can make one of those cabinets to replace the one that broke. This is the one I want. Oh, I'm missing rope. Where do we make rope? This is the carpentry bench. And what is this? This is rope. There we go. So, make a bunch of rope. And let's go over here. Make this. That's not the right cabinet. That's too rural. This is the cabinet I want, I think. Okay. What is this? Oh, medical satchel. Okay. Oh, I've been replacing these with iron cabinets. Can I put this here with that tree in the way? Nope. Okay, now can I put it in here? Yep. Whoops. How do I rotate this? Change rotation R. No, that's just moving me. So there used to be a way to rotate this. Oh my gosh. There we go. Start to place it and then you can rotate it. And I had a sign on here. Do I still have it? I do. And how do I do different forms? Place variants R. There we go. So I want this. And to the right. And then we want to, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I remembered. Okay, so now we can put our exotics back in here. Okay, so that's kind of fixed. Kinda. We still got a tree over here. Let's go take a gander up here. Look for broken glass. See broken glass here. Yeah. Look for more broken glass. This is my systems for talking to headquarters, the space station. Okay, let's try to get these out of here. Is that completely dead? Are these pieces completely gone? Yeah, I think they are. I thought it would destroy it down to like 1 point, but you could still bring them back. That doesn't look to be the case. Whoa! I'm stuck. So I think... Huh. With all this stuff on the ground, usually it means I could
repair it. How did he get up there? Okie dokie. So I can't... What am I supposed to do with these pieces? Can I get out of here? Okay, let's try... Okay, let's go get some concrete flooring then. And I think I left some here. No. I can make some though. Let's do something with, let's get rid of this rope. And let's go ahead and make some fine wood with this. Clear it out of my inventory. So this is definitely not how I expected the evening to go. So let's go upstairs and put the floor back in. So and it says I can't put a piece here, which just, it tells me that implies that there's a piece already here. This is weird. There's nothing I can select to repair. Hold on. There we, I don't know why that was. Come on, how can... What am I supposed to fix here? Oh boy. Why can't I fix this? Okay. Now can... Is it because this piece is here? Is that it? Why is a deconstruct? But I can't deconstruct what I can't select, and I can't... This is bizarre. Let me try... Let me see if jumping out and jumping back in will fix it. The thing is, in the early game, right, when you're building, like, you know, you're building a little wooden hut, not only do you have the hammer, you have a thing that, I don't know what they call it, but we call it a whacker. And it's to put out fires. And what happens is during a thunderstorm, you don't want to build too big of a wooden building, because you're going to get hit with lightning, and then you got to put out the fire, and you got to repair the pieces as they happen. So you spend your whole storm running around putting out fires and repairing stuff with the hammer. And if, of course, you have a big wooden building, then you have a whole lot more to look. And now it shows it as it's all repaired. Okay, that's why I rebooted it. Anyway, so it's that's what you do. Now I used to go camping a lot. I've gone to summer camp, and I don't remember clustering in the buildings with fire extinguishers and hammers to, shore up the building as it was getting torn apart by the storm outside. But I have many fond memories of doing that in Icarus. It's interesting too, because like when you had a multiplayer situation, all of us were running around trying to stamp out fires. We did it. It's a lot easier to do when there's more people, obviously, but I need to. I know. I'm making a mess of things, but we got to get these cut up and out of the way. Okay. I heard the tinkle of glass. I don't see any real damage. Let's see. No, they're all in pretty good shape. Then what broke? Or is this... So before it was showing me completely gone, but it was completely healthy. Maybe now that the bug is, it's completely broken, but it's showing completely healthy. Yeah, I'm running out of food again. I need to go stock up on food here in a second. I moved all my food around. Interesting. I don't want to shoot anybody, sorry. Getting kind of hard to see. Had a lantern, there it is. There we go. Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, damaged floor there. See that one for sure. Yeah, you just go over the side there. Normally, if you don't pick up bits within a certain time, they despawn. And it seems like they must have extended that time period, because I figured a lot of these logs and stuff would have despawned. Like this. Okay, look at that. You start to see the roof again. Okay, I'm gonna shut the door. You guys meet me downstairs. We need to get all these trees out of the greenhouse. So this is where, there we go. Here's the pieces from above. At least we're not damaging the building anymore. You know, that's what you always see, those professional tree cutters, right? They don't, especially when they're in like a residential neighborhood, they don't do the old, you know, cut at the base and timber and watch it crash into somebody's house or through the yard. They have to be careful, right? And if you ever watch them, they climb up into the tree and basically like they lop off all the branches and then they start cutting the trunk from the top down, piece by piece. It's really interesting to watch. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and make a whole lot more of this. And probably more than we'll ever need anymore. Actually, tree sap is used in pretty much everything in the game, not in real life, unless you're in Vermont. In which case, it's a food group. Guess it's probably true for New Hampshire too. Inventory full. I thought I just got rid of all that wood. So I said this, and I said max. It's off. Device is turned off. Why is the device turned off? Are we completely out of power? I got plenty of battery life. Hold the toggle. Idle. Okay. That's why it wasn't working. There we go. Okay. Now, when you cut down all the trees, or you break apart all the rocks and minerals, there are in-game mechanisms to restoring them. But they're kind of expensive, and almost anything in the game that you do like that will basically like upset the local wildlife, and so while your machine's working, you're going to be tasked with protecting the machine while it does its work from wave after wave of bears, wolves, jaguars, these cave worm things. I don't understand the logic behind that one, but I'll go with it. It's okay. And part of that is the game was never intended. Well, it was originally not intended to be an open world game like it is now, right? What? Oh, there's a kiwi that I had stuffed. The game was intended to actually be completely mission based. So you're sent on a mission, you come in, you build a temporary little base, just enough stuff to get you going, get the mission done, then go back up, and then it basically resets the map. But, you know, they actually have a really powerful build engine and everything. It was just, a lot of people said, you know, this is a shame that you don't actually convert this into a full-blown sandbox. And I think it was about a year ago that they did exactly that. And then, and it turns out that a lot of people like to play sandbox. And, you know, that's my wheelhouse. So, here I am. Now, when, oh boy. When I was introduced to the game, I got hooked real fast. Real fast. And what was happening is I got hooked with my my multiplayer gaming buddies, and we had a world on a server, and I got so hooked. So like those guys were approaching the game in a much more relaxed manner. But I, you know, in the course of like a week, you know, they played for a few hours, and then they weren't on the server, and they come back to play again on the weekend, and I'd already gone, like, you know, into the concrete age, and everybody had new mounts, and, you know, we were like 3 tiers forward in the the progression. Like, oh gosh, you know, kind of played the game without them. So unfortunately, I think I may have ruined it for them. So they haven't played since. We play other stuff instead now. In fact, today we were playing Satisfactory. So I used to have a Satisfactory series, and I discontinued that. And they've been dying to play multiplayer Satisfactory with me. I wanted to play too, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of like learn the game too fast. But then came to the realization that seriously, I wasn't going to be playing the. I mean, I had so many other distractions, and I'm about to go to work again, and everything else. So I realistically, I was probably not going to go back to the world, and so, you know, you can't spoil something if I never get back to it. So we went and played Satisfactory in their big built-up world today, and it was a lot of fun, and it sparked me to wanting to play Satisfactory again. So there's that. Okay, I'm running out of storage space on stuff. Where's the fancy, this one? Oh, there we go. Let's go put these in storage. Where's tree sap? There's tree sap. What a mess. I heard the breaking glass. I heard it. What is that? Sounded like something was trying to get in. Oh. Okay. In a lot better shape than I thought it would be. A lot better shape. Okay. It's like swinging at a piñata. Okay. This is like that scene in Star Wars, right? Almost there. Almost there. Huh. Less worried about this stuff causing problems because they're completely indoors now. Okay. Inventory full again. How are we doing here? Make more glue. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, landscaping's almost done. Nice. I leveled up, just clearing away all the bushes and stuff in my house. Oh, there's a bush right here. So, what you're hearing is the build system actually is kind of like Valheim in that there's rules of support. You can't have stuff floating in midair, right? And if you take away something or damage something that is supporting a bunch of other stuff, then you could eventually have everything collapse. That's what I was hearing, but I didn't see anything showing signs of collapse or weakness. These don't look as good as they used to. They look a little oxidized and such. Oh, I need to turn off the lantern. And wow. Wow, wow, wow. I had meant to kind of show off the base and all the stuff we built up to kind of set a baseline from where we go from here, and most you wouldn't have been able to see anything. So now we're able to see stuff, only because I'm spending the whole session mowing the house. What are you doing? There we go. Where are you going? Oh, he's eating now. He was stuck. Yeah, all this stuff can just go on the floor and despawn for all I care. Whew. It's exhausting, actually. There is a comfort mechanic, like there is in Shrouded. So the more comfortable your base is when you go resting, the more benefit you get from it. I need to put some of this stuff away. Like here. Nope. Yep. So like that can go away. And I've got meat, spoiled meat, raw meat. I'm not going to do anything with it right now. Gosh. I'd make some seeds. Oh, I got a bunch of these. So here's my seed bank. Anything we have 400 of is stuff that we can use those seeds to make energy bars or other things. You guys are hungry, go eat. No, he's not hungry. He wants to get the wolf that's outside the door. Don't. There you go. Don't smash the doors. Okay, our tools have taken a beating through this whole process. So let's go repair those. Here we go. So that worked. And that worked. And that worked. We got a lot of fur and bones. Let's go drop those off. Fur. And bones. Oh, no, we're not full up yet. And leather. And sticks. So we still have sticks left over. Got some flowers, got some wood. I almost got this place cleared out. We just gotta clear up the livestock area now. Not that. Yeah, why don't you guys go look at that wolf for a while? Oh my gosh. Sure hope I don't kill any of my chickens while I do this. Or the dogs. Or the cow. They take 1 point of damage and yet it looks like it's about to fall apart. That's new. A little weird actually. Yeah, I know you want to sleep and you can't sleep with somebody running around hammering all the time. At one time, this area was actually the greenhouse. And then I actually had enough money to bring down cows and chickens. And I needed the space to let them do their thing. What is it? So you guys kill these? Through the door? Okay. I will take it. Okay.
So this is something I can relate to, because every time we have big windstorms around here, you know, the Pacific Northwest is well known for its forests and its trees, and so when we have a big windstorm like that, they fall and cause all sorts of damage. It's compounded by the fact that for the western U.S., Seattle's kind of an old city compared to a lot of places in the West. And as a result, see, this is another thing. It shows this thing is gone, but it's here. And since it's kind of old, we have lots of power lines, which is a recipe for disaster when you got lots and lots of trees and then they start getting blown down, right? So newer neighborhoods, of course, don't have power lines. And we live in a newer neighborhood, so we don't have power lines. But we are surrounded on 3 sides with older neighborhoods that have power lines. So what happens is we do lose power when they lose power, right? In fact, it is kind of weird the way the power grid works. So since we were the last one in, we're like in a yeah, this is gonna be a bigger storm. We're like in a electrical cul-de-sac is the way to look at it. And so if the neighborhoods surrounding us lose power, then we lose power. But it's also possible for us to lose power by ourselves. It's kind of rare because we don't have the power lines to get knocked down. But we have had like lightning hit the electrical boxes and stuff like that. And that gets us in trouble. But now, the last time we lost power for like 2 days, and it was enough that we said, okay, this is ridiculous. We got a generator, a little one, not a big one, but enough to keep the refrigerator going. So we'll see how it goes. So this looks like it's completely gone.
What in the world? So, where's the wreckage that I gotta fix? Let's try this again. Select character. Resume. Gosh. Oh. This is probably the most bizarre gaming session I can remember. I mean, yeah, I know there's a storm. Just let me fix it. See? So there was nothing to fix, technically. Oh. I really don't want the lightning to hit. It doesn't look like we're gonna get lightning. It looks like just showers, so hopefully I can get all these out of here before we do get a full-on lightning storm. Well, okay. That one fell on me. Here we go again. That's gotta be a bug, right? Because this thing has been destroyed. But I see the pieces, so I should be able to repair it. If I leave the game and then come back into the game, it's completely repaired. I wouldn't count it as an exploit. Goofy as all get out, but so the thing that kind of cracks me up is that, you know, so we're obviously in the future. We've got interstellar space flight. We've got all sorts of high technology stuff. And yet when they first throw you on the planet, you have butkus. I mean, nothing. And you're making stone tools. And it's like, really? Okay, see, now it's not completely repaired. But at least I can see the damage and repair it. Much better. It's still pretty weedy in here. How are we doing on food, guys? Oh yeah. Oodles. So, I guess feeding them the stuff that's made with the rotten food kind of lowers their experience, but they're all pretty much maxed out on experience anyway. So, okay. So we're pretty much almost recovered everything except the pet area. We're actually in pretty good shape now. I would still like to get that all repaired. epoxy tree sap. Hold on, where did I get all the fancy meat from? Okay. So I'm just wondering, like, maybe there was some type of errors with, like, world conversion, right? Maybe they redefined some of the data structures. Really? Okay. And now the system's having a hard time sorting it all out. Let's see, let's go ahead and make some. Can't make animal fat? I make cooked meat. Oh, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's do it. Here we go. So, can I make just regular steaks? Nope, I have to cook them. And here, can I convert? Huh. So that's changed too. I can't change these. Normally I would change these like into regular meat, and then I could change them to animal fat. This is scrambled eggs. Smashed avocado toast. And I can just cook them here. I think what we'll do is we'll dry them like big pieces of beef jerky. Okay, we've got bones and sticks and furs and wood. Let's see. The bones we can turn really? That's crushed bone. Oh, I see. And now it won't go again. So let's do crushed bone. There we go. Okay. We still have an indoor jungle here a little bit. But for the most part, we're pretty much back to where we should have been. And that's good. So this, as I said before, this did not go like I planned it to be, or I wanted it to be. But it did work, I guess. Oh boy. So if there's anybody still online, I want to thank you for still being online. I surely appreciate it. And thank you for your patience. It was an interesting night. I don't really know how else to put it. Oh, I see I have some branches sticking through the ceiling here. I'll have to fix those. But it was interesting. We're pretty much fixed though. So maybe what I'll do is I'll schedule another session in this world next week, and we can actually do all the stuff that I plan to do this session. Man, what what a mess. But until then, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps just a touch of good fortune. Cheers.